And congratulations on Scarpetta. It's a very, very intense series.
Thank you. Certainly is.
Um, Rosie, let me start with you. Is it difficult to take on the characteristics of Nicole Kidman?
Yeah, it has its challenges. I guess it's more that it's just a kind of new, different way that I've never really done before. So it kind of offered, uh, yeah, it was also a pool of inspiration, let's say. So I constantly had a source of ideas of what she was doing, and we talk about the little mannerisms, and we'd share certain things, and I spent a bit of time watching some of her old films to try and get into the more of a Nicole-ism headspace. But actually, once you start filming, our alliance really was with Kay Scarpetta and not necessarily with each other. So I think that's where the trust ended up falling.
And Kay is a very, very interesting character to play, I think.
Yes, very smart, very driven, um, workaholic. I mean, she's sort of the first female detective of her time, really, because the first book was in the 90s, early 90s, this came out. And I think we hadn't really seen these kind of stories led by a woman. So it feels great to be part of that.
And Jake, again, taking on the characteristics, if I can pronounce it, characteristics of your dad. I mean, you grew up with the guy.
Yeah.
I I would imagine it's not easy, is it?
To be honest, the cheat code I discovered was stopping myself from trying to do it. Once I thought, oh, how did my dad do this, that, and that? Once I sort of got rid of that, I kind of found that I would naturally emulate those parts of him, in all the times where it mattered. So I really got to dedicate all of my time to just building this character.
And Pete is equally as interesting to play as Kay is, I would imagine.
Oh yeah, no, he's awesome. I mean, he's got so much inner conflict, and he's got a heart of gold, but he's just, he's a bit pig-headed. He's very brash. He's got a bit of an ego, a bit of a chip on his shoulder, and navigating how to bring integrity to a character who is a bit flawed and a bit not super easy to like if you're working with him. It's very humanizing, and that's where the meat of this character development was for me.
Rosie, as audiences will begin to discover Scarpetta, what do you think the takeaway will be?
Um, I I hope it will just be a bit more than your usual detective drama. Obviously, we have the clues and we have the murder and we have the darkness and all of that stuff. So I hope that will be satisfying in itself. But like the books, we're watching a real woman living her life and the perils of that and her relationships and how that translates to her home life. So you've got a sort of family drama intertwined with this detective mystery.
And Jake, the same question. What will the audiences take away from watching Scarpetta?
I think one of the things they'll take away is how you can really beautifully weave so many different kinds of storytelling, from crime to family drama to romance. The different elements of this show really dance together so beautifully, and I think audiences are going to be really surprised by how well-rounded of a show it is.
Yeah, it's beautifully written. I have to add that because it's just, you don't see characters of this depth in a lot of times. We just accept who they are, but boy, these are well written.
They really
Yeah,
are. We're very lucky to get
that's
to.
that's Liz Sarnoff,
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
special. She knows his characters inside and out, and she's a huge fan of the books. And I think her love for the books really shines through. And I hope that will satisfy all the other people who feel a sort of alliance with Kay.
Rosie, will you be hopping behind the camera and directing at one point?
Oh, whoa.
That'd be so cool.
I mean, I hadn't thought about it, but I'll never say never.
And Jake, how about you?
Oh no, definitely not.
Too much responsibility.
Something like that, sure.
Yeah, too much
I'd
work,
rather
maybe.
contain my mess to just to acting.
Well, I do want to thank you again for your time this morning. It's a brilliant series. And I love the way that the timeline shifts and the music in this, the score is amazing.
Mm.
To be part of something like this, and then with the cast that you're sharing this, the series with, it just, it's a godsend, I would think.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Everybody, everyone in our timeline, the actors we get to work with are nothing but amazing. And the actors in the present timeline who we don't get to work with are just very warm, very inviting, very much a we got you and you got this energy.
Thank you again so much for your time and have a great day. Bye bye.
Thank
Likewise,
you.
thank you.